Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for some Wednesday night football in the USFFL. Tonight we have NFC action for you. The New Orleans Saints at the helm of Dan Surr and taking their 10-2 record on the road to go face Scott Kaplan and the New York Giants, who are 4-8 on the year. So it's NFC action coming up live on USFFL Broadcast Network. Let's get it going. All right, give me just a second here. We're getting everything set up. There's the link to join. Let's go ahead and get the game number copied, and let's get the game up. Looks like we just received league notification of Cleveland-Pittsburgh being scheduled for tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So a little something to watch during your workday if you like. All right, the game is up. Let's make a couple of adjustments still. I think I'm still on screen, and that's not what you're here to see. Let's double check. That's a fact. So let's go ahead and let's see. Why is that not showing? My apologies here. 1 second. There we go. All right. Thank you for your patience, everybody. We're still scoreless. Looks like the New Orleans Saints have got the opening possession. They're looking at a 2nd and 10 at their Giants 35, so they're already across midfield. 2nd and 10. Here's a little dump pass. Right side, caught by the tight end, and Jawan Johnson's good for a 10-yard pickup. And that's a first down. Opening possession of the game. 8th play of the drive began at the 25-yard line for the Saints. Derek Carr's the quarterback. Back to pass. He was looking short and then tried to do a little dump off. It was incomplete. A little pressure forced him to dump it off to Olave, but incomplete. And so we've got a 2nd down and 10 at the 25 of the Giants. And there's an in run to Alvin Kamara, and he's good for 5. Kamara on his wrong column, and that sets up a 3rd down and 5 at the Giants' 20. Pro set formation, Derek Carr out of the shotgun. Kamara and Taysom Hill are beside him on each side. Back to pass. Looking short, forced to run with it. Scrambling now, and Derek Carr near a 1st down. He's got it. It's an 8-yard pickup. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Saints at the 12-yard line. Short pass to Olave for 10 yards, and it's now 1st and goal at the 2. Yeah, all right. Just double checked, and we're up and running. So the Saints, 1st and goal at the 2 here, on the verge of capitalizing on the opening drive of this game. Derek Carr starting quarterback, is carded at 279 attempts. He has to split time on the year, or close to it, as you know, with our usage rules, with Spencer Rattler. Jamal Williams, a tailback. Back to pass, looks short and no good, incomplete. On 1st and goal at the 2, caught the defense looking for a run, but 4 men on the defensive card got the stop. 2nd and goal at the 2. Now a blocking back set. Carr under center. Taysom Hill at fullback. Kamara the tailback. Inside handoff. Alvin Kamara up the middle, and he's in there. Touchdown. The New Orleans Saints on the opening possession of the game. Thirteen-play touchdown drive. Extra point is up and good by Blake Groupie. And with 8:42 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Saints. Here's a kickoff fielded back at the 2 and returned by Smith Marset out to the 24, and that's where the New York Giants will begin with their first offensive possession. New York Giants are coached by Scott Kaplan. Scott Kaplan, royalty around here, is the number 1 spot on our stack ranking. He's been coaching the Giants in the USFFL for, effectively, a quarter century. And that will always deserve a tip of the cap. 1st and 10. Single setback formation. Defense looks run. Back to pass. Looking deep. He's looking for Slayton, but there's going to be a dead ball foul. So the no play. Back him up 5 yards. Offsides on the offense. Giants now from their 19. Back to pass on 1st down. Got a little dump pass over here left side. It's going to be caught, but a quick tackle there. Daniel Jones got Slayton on the pass, but he was brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Pete Werner, and it's 2nd down and 16. Saints defensively are rated poor against the runs. They are rated average against the pass. 2nd and 16, back to pass, looking short and then brought down, sack on the play. Brian Breesy on the sack, loss of 8 yards. Got Daniel Jones to the turf, and it's 3rd and 24 at the 10. The Saints are 10-2 on the year, leading the NFC South by 3 games coming into the week. The Buccaneers did get a win earlier this week. So 2.5 game lead currently. 3rd and 24. Back to pass. There's a little quick slant over the middle, and that pass is caught, but a quick tackle made there. Gain of 6. And obviously the punter is out for the Giants. 4th and 18. They're at their 16-yard line. Jamie Gillian on the punt. And that one's going to be fielded back at the 34-yard line. And a fair catch there by Dante Pettis. The Saints will now take over at their own 34. 1st down screen pass. That goes to Alvin Kamara. It's a yak opportunity set up nicely, and he's going to get 7. Kamara. A-rated yak. And that got him 7 yards. It's 2nd and 3. There was an injury on the play to Rashid Shaheed. So one of the big deep ball threats for the Saints goes down here in the first quarter. He'll be out for the remainder of the game. It looks like they're missing 2 other receivers, too. Here's a quick slant tight end, Juwan Johnson. He's got the catch on 2nd and 3. Big yardage. That's going to be a 1st down across midfield and brought down at the 45 of New York. Oh, and another injury. Derek Carr is now down. Spencer Rattler, backup quarterback in the game. Rattler carded at 228 pass attempts. So I imagine he's got some playing time this year. I did take a look at the card. He is not nearly the quarterback carded, I should say, that Derek Carr is. Back to pass, short on first down, and it's going to be a nice first down pass. Olave's got it for a gain of 15 yards. 6 on the white die. Good enough to beat the defender. 1st and 10. Here's an off tackle and nothing doing. Cabrera brought down quickly by the nose tackle, Dexter Lawrence. Sexy Dexy makes it 2nd and 10. Saints now in a pro set formation. They're at the Giants' 30-yard line. Here's an off tackle. This is Taysom Hill, and he's going to get a couple. And it's 2nd and 8. Apologies, it's 3rd down and 8. Three wide receivers on the field for the Saints. Giants are sitting in a deep dime, 3-2-6. Rattler out of the shotgun, back to pass. Scans the field, looks short, little pressure. He's going to dump it off. We're in the flat now. It's going to Jawan Johnson, tight end. Receiver opportunity for him, and Johnson cannot make the catch on his card. And that's going to give us a 4th and 8 at the 28-yard line. It'll bring on Blake Groupie to try to extend this lead, a 45-yard field goal attempt. 2 through 9 and 12. It is no good. He has shanked it. 2 through 9 and 12. Variable was not a factor, just a bad roll. With that missed field goal, the defense holds for the Giants. And they would get the ball back at their own 35, still trailing just 7-0. Back to pass, Daniel Jones looks deep. Malik Neighbors had no good, incomplete. Had the Saints defense guessing run on that play. And Daniel Jones got his wrong column and just split right between a couple possibilities there, but it's 2nd and 10. Giants go 3 wide receivers on the field. Single setback is Tyrone Tracy. And it's an off-tackle carry to him, and he's going to beat the nose and get 6. 4 on the white die, good enough to beat the left tackle, the right tackle, Brian Breesy. And it's 3rd and 4. Here's a quick out, flat pass, and that's going to be caught. 1st down up near midfield. Pickup of 8 on the play. As Daniel Jones hit Chris Manhertz. And indeed, right at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 tight end set for the Giants. There's a 1st down handoff off tackle. Tyrone Tracy. He's got the yardage ahead, beats a linebacker, and he's into the secondary. That's going to be a nice pickup of 15 yards down to the 35-yard line. 1st down, Giants there. 3 wide receivers on the field, 1 halfback. And it's a draw right back to Tracy, and he's going to get 5 yards on that one. Brought down by Willie Gay, 2nd and 5. Another handoff. Tracy again, off tackle, and he's got a 1st down. Pick up a 7 on that carry. So Tyrone Tracy, do a little ground and pound. Now 4 rushes, 33 yards. Giants are at the Saints 23. Here's a 1st down screen right side. This goes to the tailback Tracy, and he's going to get 4 on that one. Giants, their first trip into the red zone. 2nd and 6 now at the 19 of the Saints. 2 tight ends set. Another handoff. Tracy off tackle, left side, and he's got good yardage and powers ahead for a 1st down. 7 yards. That 2 tight end set. That left blocking tight end, Chris Manhertz, sprung that block. 1st and 10 at the 12. Another off tackle, right back to Tracy and ahead for 5. 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line. Coach Scott Kaplan showing good patience on this drive. 2nd and 5 at the 7. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Saints are in the nickel. 13:30 in the 2nd quarter. shows on the clock. Back to pass, Daniel Jones. Looks to his right, short, going to Neighbors, and no good, incomplete. There is a penalty. And that's going to be against the Saints. They were apparently offside, so replay the down, 5 yards forward. It's 2nd and 1 now at the 3-yard line. Pro set formation, and there's a sneak. Daniel Jones up the middle. Needs 1 for the first down. And the dice for DJ. On his own card, and he's going to lose a couple. Says 2nd down and 6 at the 8. There's actually an offsides penalty against the offense, so dead ball foul. 2nd and 6 Giants at the 8. They're in a pro set formation. Devin Singletary's now in at tailback. Here's a pitch out to him, left side. Going to the weak side of the field, Singletary. Good roll, defensive card. Hits the short gain, and Singletary scampers into the end zone on an 8-yard rush. And the New York Giants at the 12:54 mark of the second quarter hit pay dirt on an 8-yard touchdown run by Devin Singletary. The extra point, Graham Gano, is good. "12 plays, 70 yards, 5 first downs, and that touchdown. We're all knotted up at 7. And after a touchback, the Saints will begin at their own 30. Blocking back set. Here's a first down pass. Looking short. Olave cannot bring it in. Spencer Rattler set him up with a receiver opportunity, but Olave couldn't find it on his right column. So 2nd down. We mentioned Rattler has 223 attempts carded to him. Carr, the starter in the 280s. Here's an end run, and Kamara. Nice pickup there, 8 yards. Onside tackle, Trevor Penning sprung a good block there, 3rd and 2. On the season, Derek Carr, 270 attempts. Rattler with 147. So this is not his first playing time at all. Here's a short pass, incomplete. Holding penalty, though. And they're going to decline that penalty and take the 4th and 2. So rather than 3rd and 12, it's 4th and 2. Saints from their own 38. They're going to punt it. Boot by Hayball is 43 yards in the air, fielded back at the 19 by Smith Marset, and he's going to be dropped immediately right there. So the Giants, after tying it up, quickly force a punt from the Saints offense and get the ball right back. 2 tight end set. Saints gets pass. It's another run. Pitch out. Left side. This goes to Tyrone Tracy. And it's going to be a dead ball foul. Penalty again on the offense. We'll back the Giants up 5 yards. 3rd penalty of the game on the New York Giants. 1st and 15 now. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Now they key the running back. We got a look-in pass. This one's going to Wan'Dale Robinson. Daniel Jones starts on his card. He's a good flat pass. Quarterback gets a receiver set up, and that's going to be a nice catch and run, 15 yards, and a fumble. It's on the ground, and it is going to be recovered by the offense. It looks like I think the Giants got it back, and indeed they did. Wan'Dale Robinson, a 15-yard flat pass and run to erase that 15 yards. Needed to get the first down, but almost turned it over. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Here's a flat pass, and that one's almost intercepted. Daniel Jones hit his interception number. Split opportunities, 2nd and 10. Giants 3 wide receivers on the field. Here's DJ, a quick look-in pass again over the middle, and this time no good to Wan'Dale Robinson, and it's 3rd and 10 Giants. Now out of the pistol, Daniel Jones, 3 wide receivers. He's back to pass. Looks short, looks for Wan'Dale Robinson. To the defensive card we go. Receiver opportunity, and Robinson cannot bring it in. Incomplete. Injury on the play. We've seen plenty of these. This one on the defense for the Saints. Jordan Howden. Looks like he's going to miss 3 games. 4th and 10. Here's the punt from Gillian. That's a nice boot. 54 yards. That carries in the air and rolls a little bit further inside the 10 and comes to a rest at the 8-yard line. And with the score still tied at 7, the Saints will begin right there. First down, flat pass, Rattler, and he connects with his tight end, Jawan Johnson. 3rd catch of the game for JJ, and it's 2nd and 5. Saints from their 13. Blocking back set now. Giants looking run, but back to pass. Rattler, short, got his man, Olave. First down yardage out at the 23-yard line, pickup of 10 on the play. Rattler has opened 3 of 5 for 30 yards. Offense still in a blocking back set. Here comes a screen. That's caught by Kamara, and he's up ahead for 5 yards and a penalty. Late hit on that tackle, and it's 15 more. The Saints all the way out to their 43-yard line now. 1st and 10 right there. Back to pass. Rattler looking short to Taysom Hill and cannot get it. Incomplete. Rattler's short pass card. Certainly not the best out there. 2nd and 10. Now out of a pro set. Kamara and Taysom Hill in the backfield. Clock still running down. That's 7:48 to go before halftime. Still knotted up at 7. Rattler back to pass. Scans the field. Looks short, and that's no good. Incomplete. Tried to hit Taysom Hill, and it was almost picked off. Rattler pretty good avoiding those turnovers. 2 to 3 was that interception split roll. It's 3rd and 10 now. Still in a pro set. Same 2 backs with him in the backfield. Shotgun set. Giants 3-2-6 dime here. Here's a screen going to Kamara. Linebacker did stay home, so there's man in zone. New Orleans is asking if Carr got hurt. The answer is yeah. All right, here we go. Flat pass, and that's incomplete to Kamara, and that's going to make it 4th and 10. Hayball is on for another punt from their own 43. And Hayball punts that one inside the 20 and down at the 11-yard line. Smith-Marset with a little short return from there. Up near the 20, brought down at the 19-yard line. And the Giants will begin right there. 2 tight ends set. Tyrone Tracy, your tailback. There's a flat pass, left side. Looks like there's an empty zone. Double team on the play by the linebacker, though, but still with an empty zone, it's on wrong. And a nice yak opportunity set up there. It's 5 yard is going to be the result. Daniel Jones in his wrong column set up a +5 yak opportunity. But Darius Slayton, who was doubled by a linebacker, terrible yak and couldn't do anything with it. So a 5 yard gain. It's 2nd and 5 for the G-men. Off tackle, right side, Devin Singletary. Saints called run on this one. And we do go to Singletary's card, and he beats the odds, double sixes, and gets that short gain on his card out across the 30 and out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Singletary With a clutch run of 17 yards, move the sticks. Clock winds down. Now 6 minutes remaining before halftime. Giants 1st and 10 at their own 41. Still in a 2 tight end set. And another run off tackle. Defense guesses run again, and Tyrone Tracy nonetheless ahead for 5 yards. 6 on the white die, good enough to beat that defensive left tackle. Now in Giants territory still in Giants territory, I apologize, at their own 46. Off tackle again to Singletary, and he's got a first down, pick up a 7. 3 straight run calls and 3 run calls as well by the defense. But the Giants taking advantage of a porous run defense by the Saints. First down run off tackle, Devin Singletary, and he's got a good run. First down inside the 35 and down at the 31 of New Orleans. Singletary, a gain of 16 with a short gain on the defensive card. And it's 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off tackle again, Tyrone Tracy, and he's got 4. 2nd down and 6. Giants have outgained the Saints on the ground in this game, 102-35. Still in the second quarter. Here's a hitch over the middle. That's going to be caught. Darius Slayton, first down inside the 40. However, a holding penalty against the Giants will wipe that away, back them up. So a 10-yard penalty. 2nd down and 16 for the Giants at the Saints' 37-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the field now. Saints in the nickel. Defense looks pass. It's inside run draw. That's going to Tracy, and he gets just a couple on that play. Demario Davis, solid run-stuffing linebacker, was there quickly, and it's 3rd down and 14. At the 35 in New Orleans, from right here, 2 to 8 is the field goal with a little variable risk. Daniel Jones, 3 wide receivers on the field. He's out of a pistol. Here's a screen, goes to Tyrone Tracy. He's doubled, catches the ball nonetheless, and gets 7 yards out of it. Nice call there. Free safety. Tyrann Mathieu was all over him with a double team, and somehow they got that completed. Gets it down to the 28, 4th and 7 from there. So it's going to be a 45-yard field goal attempt for the lead. 2 through 8. Graham Gano. That kick is up, and it is just good. Graham Gano. 45 yards out, hits it. And that at the 2-minute warning gives the Giants their first lead of the game at 10-7. And after a touchback, the Saints will begin at the 2-minute warning their 2-minute offense from their own 30-yard line. Spencer Rattler still at quarterback. He begins with a pro set formation. First down run off tackle, and ahead for 5 yards is Taysom Hill. Got that on his own card despite a correct run call from Coach Kaplan defensively. 2nd and 5. Both teams let the clock run down. 137 showing. Another off tackle, and Hill ahead again for 3 yards that time. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Let's see if they both let the clock run again. And it looks like we had a little bit of a hurry up. So 3rd and 2, 1:15 on the clock before halftime. Saints from their own 38. Pro set formation. Here's a button hook over the middle, and that is going to get a receiver result. Pass is caught. It's a first down and a personal foul as well. So move the Saints across midfield all the way to the Giants' 40. 1st and 10 right there. Big penalty on the Giants. First down screen goes to Kamara and incomplete. Kamara Flat pass right on his receiving card. Couldn't get it. It's 2nd and 10. We're down to the final minute. Both teams still all 3 timeouts. Giants up by 3. Giants 5 penalties here in the first half. Back to pass on 2nd and 10. Rattler looks short, and he's going to have to dump it off, and that's incomplete. Pressure forced him to try to get it out to his tight end, Jawan Johnson. Couldn't do it. 3rd down and 10 at the Giants' 40. From right there at the 40, that's the absolute depth of his range, and it's good 2 through 8 and 12. 3rd and 10, back to pass. Out of the shotgun, looks short, forced to dump it off yet again. We're in the flat now to Kamara. Kamara gets the catch. He's up ahead, near a 1st down marker, not quite enough. Brought down a yard short. It's 4th and 1 at the 31-yard line. From right here, you're looking at a 2 through 9 and 12 field goal. He does call timeout. Saints now with 2 timeouts remaining. Clock stop, 45 seconds. And they're bringing out the kick formation. Not sure why you stop the clock if you're going to kick it, but it looks like that is what we have. It's going to be a 48-yard field goal attempt, 2 through 9 and 12. And that kick is up and just good. And Blake Grupe has tied this game up at 10-10 with 37 seconds left here in the first half. And the Giants return, takes him out to the 28th. They'll get the possession briefly right there. They do have 3 timeouts. Coach Sir of the Saints acknowledged not the best call to have given a timeout there and save this 30 seconds here for the Giants, but we'll see how aggressive you want to be with that. I think my tendency would be to try to make a play with a long pass. See if I can demoralize my opponent by making them pay for that mistake. Honestly, that's probably how I would think. Giants do come out in the 2 tight end offense. They are going to go screen left side. Linebacker stayed home. We go to the defensive card, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Now 22 seconds showing on the clock. Giants are at their 28. They'll go to the pro set formation. Devin Singletary is in at tailback now. Singletary's got the 4 pass block rating. Saints in a nickel. Daniel Jones back to pass. Jones looking deep. This one's going deep to Malik Neighbors, and no, he's going to scramble with it. Left side, now running to the right, and he doesn't have much room, and he's brought down with just a 3-yard gain. And that'll let the clock run down, and we've reached halftime here in New York, where the Giants and the Saints are all knotted up at 10 apiece. Halftime. Giants are 4-8 on the year, but they've played some better ball of late. They have won 2 of their last 4 games. Both of them division victories, beating the Commanders as well as the Cowboys. Saints, on the other hand, red hot. They did have a surprising loss to the Cleveland Browns just 2 weeks ago by a 20-14 score. But outside of that, they've won 8 of their last 9. Coach is taking a short break. We'll take a quick peek at the halftime stats. Very close in this defensive battle. Saints have outgained the Giants 147-144. Giants have done it more on the ground, outrushing the Saints 107-43. Saints have the passing game against the Giants 104-37. Both teams have punted twice. Giants 5 penalties to just 1 for the Saints. There was a fumble, but there has yet to be a turnover in the game. Looking in the NFC, we can see here the Saints at 10-2. Slotted there in that 2-3 seed area behind the 11-1 Green Bay Packers. Packers playing later this week against the Detroit Lions. That's a game we'll keep our eye on and see if we can potentially dial up another broadcast. Coaches here look like they're about ready to kick off second half of a tie game here. Giants trying to pull off an upset at home against the 10-2 New Orleans Saints. And the second half begins with a kick return by the Giants out to the 28th, and they'll begin right there. Mentioned that Coach Dan Sir and the Saints are 10-2 on the year. That's a team carded for only 5 wins. So all he's done is double, as the Saints coach, what the cards say he's going to get. It's a good coach, though. He also once took the Saints to an undefeated regular season and ran that all the way to a Super Bowl. First down run, Tyrone Tracy is good for 3. Tracy now 10 rushes in the game for 59 yards. 2nd and 7. And here's another off-tackle run. Tyrone Tracy, defensive card, and Tracy up near a first down, and he's got it. 7 yards on the defensive card, brought down by Demario Davis. His 4th tackle, and Coach Kaplan is signaling here in the second half that he still intends on running the ball. 1st and 10 at the 38. Tyrone Tracy's out. Singletary's now the tailback in a pro set formation. Another handoff, off tackle to Singletary, and he's ahead. Good yardage. Pick up a 7 on that play. Onside right tackle, Evan Neal, good enough to stand up to a 4 on the white die to spring that one. 2nd and 3. Daniel Jones, quick screen over, and nothing doing, incomplete. Tried to hit Singletary out of the backfield, and the linebacker, Pete Werner, good enough to save that linebacker in zone short gain. 3rd and 3. Saints defense crashes run, short yardage. Here's the flat. Tyrone Tracy the target. It's a receiver opportunity, and Tracy blows it. Tyrone Tracy, flat pass wrong. Only 7 is incomplete. That's the dice that he got it. So he's no good, and it's 4th and 3. Giants at their own 45. And there was a pause there like Coach Kaplan was thinking about it, but indeed, the punter, Jillian, is back on. And he's got a 46-yard boot that carries inside the 10, fielded at the 9-yard line. And a decent return out to the 19. And the Saints will begin right there. And a first down run off tackle. Ahead for 4 yards is Alvin Kamara. 2nd down and 6. First drive of the second half for Coach Dan Sir. Off tackle, Taysom Hill, and he muscles ahead for 4. That was on the defensive card, 2 linebacker column. 3rd down and 2. Pro set once again. Derek Carr is back in at quarterback, by the way. His injury was just till halftime. And on 3rd and 2, defense crashes short yardage. Crossed him up. Deep pass. He's going for Olave, and that pass is going to be caught. Olave in the clear. 30, down to the 20, and brought down at the 23, actually. They're going to mark him down there. Chris Olave picks up 50 on that deep ball. Olave now 4 catches, 85 yards. 85 of Carr's 103. 1st and 10. Here's a off tackle. Kamara right side and 6-yard gain. He drops the ball. It's loose on the ground at about the 18. Let's see who's got it. And it is picked up by New York. The game's first turnover. So right after a deep ball success, Derek Carr to Chris Olave. Kamara fumbles it away. And it's back with the Giants now. And on 1st down, it's an offsides call against New York. Back them up. 1st and 15 at their 12 now. There's a quick flat pass left side. This goes to Darius Slayton. Receiver opportunity for him. Nice catch and run. And he's out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Pickup of 9 on that play. Darius Slayton got that +9 on his right column on a roll of 3. 2nd and 6 off tackle, and Tyrone Tracy plows ahead, and he's got a 1st down. Pick up a 7. Tracy now 12 rushes, 73 yards, 6.1. Move the sticks now, Giants, from their own 28. New series of downs. Pro set formation. Here's a handoff off tackle. Devin Singletary, and he's got 5 yards on that one. 6 on the white die, beats the defensive tackle quite easily for 5 yards. And Singletary has 60 yards on 6 carries. Right now, the Giants angling toward maybe having a couple backs reach the century mark. Still just tied, though, at 10-10 in this one. Tyrone Tracy now back in at tailback. 2 tight end set. Sorry about the delay in the play call here, folks. We've got a couple coaches just kissing each other a little bit, but they respect each other's game. We've got a real good community of guys in this league. So glad to be a part of such a great group of guys. Defense calls short yardage. It's another off tackle, and Tyrone Tracy just will not be denied. Ahead for 5 yards on his right column. Move the sticks again. 1st and 10. Giants now from their own 38. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter. Back to pass. Daniel Jones looking deep. That's an empty zone, too. Safety's over trying to double neighbors. We're going to Wan'Dale Robinson, but too much pressure. And the quarterback now forced to dump it off. We're in the flat. This goes to Tyrone Tracy out of the backfield. Got a catch. Good yardage. 1st down out near midfield. Brought down on the New Orleans side at the 49-yard line. Pick up a 13 on the play. Daniel Jones now 9 of 17. Just 67 yards passing so far. New set of downs here. 3 wide receivers. Back to pass. Looking deep. Goes for Wan'Dale Robinson, and no good, incomplete. That time, Saints defense was looking past. 2nd and 10. Giants now back in a 2 tight end set. Tracy's the tailback. Flat pass, right side. Linebacker stayed home. We're going to Theo Johnson, and it's no good, incomplete. Injury on the play to Evan Neal. And if memory serves, that's going to be an offensive tackle for the Giants. 3rd down and 10 coming up here. And indeed, the Giants' left tackle is going to miss the next 2 games. Back to pass on 3rd down. Daniel Jones scans the field, looks short, going for Wan'Dale Robinson. Robinson's pass is incomplete. It's 4th and 10 in Saints territory, but at the 49, and that's going to bring out the punter, Jillian. Still knotted up at 10 apiece. Coffin corner punt goes out at the 9-yard line, but a penalty, and they're going to back the Giants up. That's at least 7 penalties in the game for the Giants now. 4th and 15, they'll punt again from their own 46. Just need to check something for my own peace of mind in a sec here. All right, we finally have that punt from their own 46. Giants punt is going down to the 4. I assume he's going to let that bounce. Let's see. Coach Stan Sir is going to try to return that and gets 10 yards on the return. Everybody fields that one a little differently. So the Saints will begin at their own 14. Here's a 1st down screen. Alvin Kamara, and he's got a 1st down. Out to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 10 on the play. And a new set of downs. Pro set formation. Another screen right back to Kamara. And that one's going to be caught. Good yardage. 1st down again. But there is a penalty, and then they're going to call him back. That's holding on the Saints. Back them up 10 yards. Just the 2nd penalty on New Orleans, but it's a big one. 1st and 20. Back at their own 14. Pro set. Derek Carr back to pass. Goes short, and it's caught. Tight end Jawan Johnson's got a 4th catch. Pickup of 11 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Back to pass. Carr short and no good. Tried to hit Chris Olave. And on the defensive card, a 3-man column found the only incompletion. 3rd and 9. Pro set, but Carr out of a shotgun. 3-2-6 deep dime here by the Giants. On this 3rd and 9. Saints are 4 of 7 on 3rd downs today. Back to pass. Looking short. This is going to Jawan Johnson, and no good, incomplete, but a penalty. And it's going to be holding against the offense. Giants are going to decline that because it's 4th down. And the Saints will punt from their own 25. Hayball, a 43-yard boot. That's going to be fielded by the G-men at their own 32. Smith-Marset, a return of 8, and that'll get it right out to the 40. And the Giants will begin right there. 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here in New York. Giants and Saints all knotted up in this defensive battle, 10-10. 1st down, Daniel Jones back to pass. Looking short, goes for Slayton. Got an opportunity to be this defender, and he does. Slayton, a 15-yard completion as Alontae Taylor couldn't stand up to that 6 on the white die. So now, across midfield at the New Orleans 45-yard line. Here's a 1st down screen. It was an all-out blitz. It's an empty zone. And that's going to get a nice catch and run of 11 yards and a 1st down to the halfback Tyrone Tracy. All-out blitz came at the wrong time for New Orleans. Just like that, the Giants are all the way at the 34-yard line. Fringe field goal range already. And on first down, here's an inside run draw, and just a couple yards there. Demario Davis plugged that hole quickly with his 6th tackle in this game. 2nd down and 8. And now the G-men split 4 wide receivers, spread formation. Saints have a nickel out there. We've got a flat pass left side. 1 linebacker's home. He has 2 linebackers in the other flat zone, so he was fortunate to avoid that. Receiver opportunity, and we have a holding penalty to wipe that away. Holding against the Giants, back them up now. 2nd and 18 at the New Orleans 42. Pro set formation, it's Singletary as the tailback. B-rated yak and a 4-rated pass block in that tailback. And there's an off-tackle run to Singletary on 2nd and 18. Goes to the defensive card, and absolutely nothing doing. Cameron Jordan on him quickly. There was a linebacker in a zone there. And it's 3rd and 18. They're at the 42 of New Orleans. Got to get to the 40. Got to get to the 37. So the field goal range goes to the 37 at a 2 through 8. 2 through 8, I think you'd have to take the shot. Right now, you're 5 variable points away. So flat pass could be in play here. 3 wide receivers are on the field. Daniel Jones operating out of the pistol. He's got Tyrone Tracy beside him. Saints, they operate out of a nickel. We've got a flat pass right side. It goes to Theo Johnson. Linebacker staying home. He is 0 rated. Dice take us to the quarterback card. Yak opportunity set up there. And Theo Johnson is going to get the catch and lose another yard. So 4th and 19 at the 43 of New Orleans. You're out of field goal range. And we're going to get a coffin corner punt with 18 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And that's angled out at the 7-yard line. Not too bad by Jillian. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're off to the final frame. 4th period here in New York. It's a 10-10 tie. The Saints and the Giants. Saints begin this possession now at their own 7-yard line. They'll begin with a pro set formation. Kamara and Hill. Back near the goal line. Here's flat pass, and that's going to be caught. Good for 5 yards. Personal foul, though, on the play. And the Giants, another big penalty. And that'll get the Saints all the way out to the 27, 1st and 10. Boy, the flag's really hurting the G-men here tonight. Back to pass on 1st down. Looking short, and it's caught. Carr hooks up with Chris Olave. His 5th catch. Pickup of 11, and they're out to the 38. 1st down right there. And now a 1st down run. Off tackle to Kamara, and it's just a yard. 2nd and 9. Credit to the G-men coach Kaplan, who did call run on the play. Would have been an 8-yard gain. Instead, it's 2nd and 9. Still pro set formation for the Saints. Here's a screen left side. Man in zone. Yak opportunity. Going to Kamara. And that's going to be good for a little bit. Just 3 yards on the play. Kamara did all the work on that one. And it's 3rd down and 6. Catch number 6 for Kamara. 41 through the air. 3rd and 6 Saints. They'll stay in their familiar pro set. And another screen goes right back to Kamara. Receiver is the result. Kamara cannot bring the catch down. And it's 4th from their own 42. And the Saints bringing Hayball out for yet another punt. Good leg on that one. 49 yards in the air, back to the 9-yard line. Smith Marset will fair catch it. And the Giants will take over inside their 10, as the Saints did just before them. Defensive battle here tonight. Neither team above 252 yards. It's a 10-10 tie. There's a 1st down run off tackle, and Tyrone Tracy, his 15th rush, is good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now. Tracy's out. Singletary back in at tailback. There's an off-tackle run, Singletary. Left side, and that's going to be good for just a yard. Tackle number 7 for Demario Davis. He's having a good game. 3rd down and 4 for the Giants. Back to pass, looking deep. This is going to Darius Slayton. It's an empty zone because the safety was looking at Malik Neighbors. Going to the quarterback card, however, and Daniel Jones cannot get that completed. Terrible long pass card. It's incomplete. Needed that on the defensive card. 4th and 4, and the G-men will punt from their own 15-yard line. Booming 58-yard punt. Just what you needed from the back of your own territory. That one fielded all the way back at the 27, and fair catch right there. 10:48 left to go, 4th quarter. The 10-2 Saints are on the ropes here, getting all they can handle from the AG or the wily veteran, Scott Kaplan. There's a 1st down run off tackle, and Taysom Hill, nothing doing. Sexy Dexy stands up to that 4 on the white die. It's 2nd and 10. Saints again, pro set. Back to pass, looking deep. Nobody home, and that's going to be caught. Olave's got it, and it's going to be caught for 27 yards across midfield at the 46. Caught the defense. Coach Kaplan was in a short yardage defense, so it could have been worse on the defensive card, but Derek Carr hit a plus 27 in his wrong column. Olave now, 6 catches, 123 to lead the Saints. Off tackle left side, Kamara, good yardage, 1st down, all the way down to the 31-yard line, a pickup of 15. And the Saints quickly in field goal range, 1st and 10 at the Giants' 31-yard line. Kamara, 11 rushes, 45 yards. Kamara to the sidelines now. Kendre Miller in at tailback for him, back to pass, short, and caught. Chris Olave, yet another 1st down. At the 20-yard line as the Saints have quickly marched into the red zone here. 1st and 10 at the 20. Their 2nd trip in the red zone today. Their other touchdown came on trip number 1. Here's a flat pass on a yak opportunity. Catch and run, good for 6 yards. Juwan Johnson helped make that happen, and it's 2nd and 4. 5th catch for him. 2nd and 4 at the 14. Clock now winding, under 9 minutes to go. Back to pass. Carr looks short and no good, incomplete. Tried to hit Olave on short pass wrong and rolled his interception split roll. Bad break there. 3rd and 4 for the Saints. Pro set formation. The G-men set up in their regular 3-4. Big 3rd down here. Saints have been good on 3rd down so far tonight. They're looking for another one here. Carr back to pass. Looks short, and that's going to be a penalty. Dead ball foul against the offense. Back him up. So now 3rd and 9 at the 19-yard line of the Giants. Carr out of the shotgun. Pro set. He's got Kamara and Hill beside him. The G-men drop back in the nickel. Short pass. Double-teamed receiver is Hill. It's caught anyway. And Taysom Hill has a 1st down, but a penalty. What do we have here? 1st and goal at the 8. It was the Giants defensively that got the penalty. It was declined. So a correct double team all over Taysom Hill. Great call by Coach Kaplan. But Derek Carr hits the double team completion on his card in the clutch on 3rd down. And it is 1st and goal Saints at the 8-yard line. Pro set formation. Ninth play of the drive. Coming up here. This drive began at their 27. Carr back to pass. Looks short, going for Juwan Johnson, and no good, incomplete. Flirting with a pick on that one. Split roll of 2-4. Disaster avoided it at 2nd and goal at the 8 for the Saints. Just over 8 minutes remains in the 4th quarter. Still knotted up at 10. Blocking back set now. Carr back to pass. Short pass again. This goes to Olave and no good, incomplete. Snake Eyes on the defensive core got a split roll. 2 and 3. Couldn't hit it. So it's 3rd and goal now. Saints from the 8. Pro set. Shotgun formation. Giants in the nickel here. Defenses are stingy tonight. Carr for the 3rd straight time. Back to pass. Short receiver opportunity. Dante Pettis is no good, incomplete. Could not get it in his right column. It's 4th and goal from the 8. Exactly halfway through the 4th quarter, Blake Grupe puts up a 25-yard chippy, and it is right through. And the Saints have taken a 13-10 lead here at the 7:12 mark of the 4th quarter. Giants still want that upset, but they're going to have to come from behind now. They trail by 3. After a touchback, they'll begin here from their own 30. 2 tight ends set. Coach Kaplan has Tyrone Tracy as the tailback. Defense looks run, but back to pass is Daniel Jones. It's short and no good. Tried to hit Slayton over the middle. Got the split roll interception on DJ's card. It's incomplete, 2nd and 10. Clock shows 6:54 remaining. The Saints field goal a moment ago, the only score of the second half. DJ back to pass again on 2nd and 10. He's looking short, going to Theo Johnson, and that pass is going to be incomplete again and almost picked off. Boy, DJ went from his own interception split roll to a interception split roll on the defensive card. This one a 2 through 4. Daniel Jones avoids it again, but now he's staring at a 3rd and 10 from his own 30. Jones, now under 50%, 13 of 27 in the game for just 91 yards. Needs to get that over 100 here so he can get the 1st down and keep this drive moving. 3 wide receivers on the field, out of the pistol, back to pass. Looks short. Going to Darius Slayton. He's doubled by a linebacker, and that pass is incomplete. That would have been a must run on right. Maybe DJ could have picked it up, but it's 4th and 10. Good double team by Coach Dan Sir, and the punter is out. Gillian, with 6:18 on the clock, punts it back to the Saints, and that one's going to roll dead at the 28. And so New Orleans, and their 10-2 record, trying to stave off the upset here. They have a 3-point lead, up 13-10, and they have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 28, 6 minutes on the clock. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. 1st down screen pass goes to Kamara, and Kamara makes right past that linebacker, and that's going to be a 17-yard pickup on 1st down. Saints all the way out to their 45. The G-men with 0 rated linebackers covering the pass, as Muasau was beat on that play. Derek Carr now over 200 yards passing in the game. 1st and 10, another flat pass, and that's going to be caught, but just a short gain that time. 3-yard catch by Dante Pettis, 2nd down and 7. New Orleans still on their own side of the 50 at their 48. Clock shows 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in this one. Giants crash run. It's going to be a flat pass. This goes to Jawan Johnson. A nice yak opportunity set up there. Johnson into the secondary down to the 36-yard line. That's going to be good for 16 yards and a 1st down. And the Saints are now back into fringe field goal range at the Giants' 36. 1st down pitch out goes to Alvin Kamara, and right side, he's good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Clock keeps running. It's working against the home team here. 3:36 and counting on the clock. And we'll see when Coach Kaplan decides to burn his timeouts. If he can keep the Saints out of the end zone and some time on the clock, he should have a chance for another possession. Back to pass, looking short and no good, incomplete. Carr tried to hit Olave and hit the only incompletion on the defensive card, three-man column. So 3rd and 5 coming up here, and the Giants with a chance to get off the field defensively. Saints have been good on 3rd downs tonight, though. 4 out of 9 so far. Giants, conversely, are 1 out of 9. And on 3rd and 5, it's an inside run. Draw, and Kamara brought down quickly. Dexter Lawrence. So 4th and 4 from the 30. It's a 47-yard field goal attempt. Blake Grupe is up, and he's good. So the Saints will pick up another field goal here, and they assume a 6-point lead in this one, 16-10. 2:24 remains. And a touchback on the ensuing kickoff. Giants now trail by 6. There's 2:24 on the clock, and they have all 3 timeouts. And I presume we've seen the last of the punter in this game. Here's a first down run off tackle, and just a yard on that one as, 2 tight ends said it asked for the blocking back. So 2nd and 9, and that gets us to the 2-minute warning. Giants face a 2nd and 9 now. 3 wide receivers on the field. Wan'Dale Robinson's in the slot. It's going to be a flat pass, quick out to the right side. Theo Johnson, and he's got the catch, and 5 yards. He did manage to get out of bounds, stops the clock. It's 3rd and 4. Giants at their own 36. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback again. Off tackle, Tyrone Tracy. And Tracy goes to the defensive card, and he's got himself a first down. Picked up 6. 5 on the white die. Beats the defensive tackle, Brian Brees. Right tackle of the Saints is rated 0 against the run, and they've been picking on him all night in the run game. Clock runs down to 1:30 remaining, the final 90 seconds of this game. Giants from their own 42. Pitch out. Right side, Tyrone Tracy trying to get to the edge. Tracy gets to the defensive card, gets the edge, gets the first down and more. Up the sidelines, across midfield, and brought down inbounds at the 48-yard line. Correction, the 43-yard line of New Orleans. 1:07 on the clock. It's a first down, Giants. As Tyrone Tracy just went over 100 yards rushing in this game. Here's a quick slant over the middle of the tight end, Theo Johnson. Linebacker stayed home. Nevertheless, that linebacker is beat with a 5 on the white die, and Theo Johnson a first down inside the 30 and brought down at the 27-yard line. The Giants are on the move here. 45 seconds remaining on the clock. They still have all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 at the Saints' 27-yard line. Daniel Jones now over 100 yards passing in the game. 15 of 30 for 112. He goes quick slant again. Linebacker stayed home again, and there's going to be a dead ball penalty. Back the Giants up 5. Nothing new there. 10th penalty of the game for the Giants. 1st and 15 now at the 32. Field goal does them no good. Inside run draw. Tyrone Tracy. That one goes to the defensive card. It's good for 5 yards. And it's the first timeout for New York. 2 timeouts remaining. 37 seconds on the clock. 2nd down and 10. They're at the Saints' 27-yard line. And here comes the flat pass. Left side. This one's going to Wan'Dale Robinson. Linebacker stayed home. Receiver opportunity. Robinson's got the catch. And he is out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 30 seconds after a 5-yard gain. So 30 seconds left of the clock. 3rd and 5 at the 22. Giants need a touchdown. Here's a hitch over the middle. Linebacker did stay home. He is a double-teamed receiver, though, and it's incomplete. Good call there. Tyrann Mathieu was all over Darius Slayton. 22 seconds left. 2 timeouts. 4th and 5. This is it for the Giants. They got to get 5 yards to stay in the game. 22 yards wins it. 3 wide receivers on the field. Back to pass. Out of the shotgun. Daniel Jones looking short. Wan'Dale Robinson. That pass is short and no good. Incomplete. Could not get it. And the Saints break it up. Turnover on downs. And they're going to get out of New York with a big victory and improve to 11-2 on the year. Great game. Coaches are congratulating each other on a great effort here. All righty, so yeah, the coaches are congratulating. What a great game! Congratulations goes out to the New Orleans Saints. They improve to 11-2 on the year. And looking again at first of all, look again at they're a team carded at 5 wins, and they've just posted their 11th win with several weeks left to go. Great effort this year by Coach Dan Sir with his Saints. You can see them right here. They're going to go from 10-2 to 11-2. That means if the Packers were to lose to the 9-3 Lions later this week, Saints and Packers would then be even at 11-2, pending that Eagles outcome. Very interesting. Let's take a look here. No coaches have showed up yet. That's okay. We're just waiting to see, just in case. Let's take a look at final stats. 274 yards passing for the Saints. Just 109 for the Giants. 176 rushing for the Giants. 78 rushing for the Saints. G-Men rushing game. Kept them in the game on this one. Derek Carr comes off the bench in the second half and leads a couple of field goal drives and carries them to the big victory. Giants will fall to 4-9 in the NFC East. We'll take a look at that real quick. So in the NFC East, our Giants at 4-8. We're trying to catch up to the Commanders here. They dropped that game, so they'll fall to 4-9, and I would say that that's going to probably all but eliminate them, pretty much eliminate them, especially with all those 9-3 teams in the NFC. Over in the NFC South, though, with those Saints, 11-2. The Bucs won this week. They're 8-5. So that's going to be a 3-game lead with 4 games remaining. So they're real close to clinching that NFC Southern Division as well. So congratulations again goes out to Dan Sir. Looks like we don't have our coaches popping in tonight. That's okay. Folks, I always enjoy calling these games. And again, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for being a part of the USFFL. The experience is just a blessing to me. And I'm so glad to get to do it as we all continue to work together on this hunt for the Harlan McLean Trophy. That's it for now, and we'll be back again hopefully sometime later this week for another broadcast. We might even have a surprise broadcast tomorrow night, more unique than any broadcast we've done before. Stay tuned. We might have more details on that. Thanks for watching.